So quite a few things happened here, and the show was starting to see some pretty forward momentum at this point. So the mission here is for Baku to stop a meteor strike before it happens. And we start off at a planetarium where he's inside a space exhibit with the kid, but right outside the building a meteor strike was happening, and this was just a precursor to an extinction level meteor that was going to hit in 2 days. And Nox shows up throughout the episode to try and warn Baku to drop the mission, as he seems to imply that he knows something about the capsules that we don't, because, according to him, they contain some kind of danger. Now, in the real world, the meteors from the dream cause a crater to show up outside the planetarium for real, although nothing's caused it, and Tetsuya and Natsuka are studying the phenomenon. Baku fills them in on how it's connected to his dream, and he also lets Tetsuya know about his partner being Nox. He's in disbelief at first, and we're treated to a flashback between Tetsuya and Odaka, where Odaka was the first one to actually study and learn about the nightmares, and Tetsuya was on the other end of the spectrum where he was the skeptic. So it kind of gives us some context as to why he is the way he is now. And even Natsuka at this point admits that with everything she's seen so far, she's starting to believe it. Baku and his sister eventually run into the kid from his dream, and after a short conversation about his love for space, Baku deduces that this kid may in fact be the dreamer. So he rushes back home, falls asleep, and his sister follows behind him, and decides to go in his closet after faking us out last episode, and she eventually finds the ZEZTZ base. Meanwhile, Baku and Nem head out towards the planetarium, where they run into Nox, who once again urges them to turn away from the mission. And consider the stakes as to why Code, the organization that Baku thinks he made up in his mind, would hire a civilian like him for an extinction-level event. And it's here that Nox reveals that Code does in fact exist in the real world, before Baku was even born, and he proceeds to take out a new belt, transforming into Nox Knight. Baku then goes into his impact form and they scrap for a bit. That is until Nox breaks one of the capsules, revealing some sort of a phantom ZEZTZ that Baku can't defeat it first, and then Nox has to take over and defeat it, and it was just to kind of showcase the apparent horrors that the capsules contain that he was talking about. And that's where we leave off. So this has probably been the most plot-heavy episode since the initial arc in the first couple of episodes, because we got quite a few things here between Nox confirming Code's existence, and also Nox Knight, Baku's sister discovering his base, and even Tetsuya and Natsuka kind of developing their beliefs on what the nightmares are. And that's not to say the past couple of episodes have been bad, quite the opposite, but I'm just glad to see that it's picking up the pace a little bit more. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end things here, so as always, be sure to